Class Champion Collective, welcome back everybody here on our journey to try to win a national championship with every tier in college football 25. Now with yesterday's episode, unfortunately our inaugural season featuring tier 2 teams has come to an end. At 6-3, we just didn't have any chance of making the playoffs in our 10th game. I was going to go in and just kind of goof around, maybe quit out of the game or whatever to restart the season, but we only had one game left in the year and there's one more tier 2 team that I really wanted to feature, so I ended up booting into a game, recorded it. If it's a good one, we can make a video out of it, and it was a very good one, obviously featuring the Miami Hurricanes and their air raid offense. Now, while their playbook does have a lot of different air raid formations, a lot of different things we can do out of it, this game in this video, we're really just focusing on spread and spread offset, two of my favorite formations in this game, and I think we'll be able to see why looking at the gameplay and why Miami is one of the better teams to run this with. Shout out to you, Prez, from the Discord link right down below. I know he is a big Miami guy, loves the playbook, loves the team. I hope I do well by you in this one. But before we get into the actual gameplay, this is going to be another one of those film reviews. This was recorded previously. I'm going to go over and commentate on it now, just looking at the offense, the things we did right, the things we did wrong, and overall why I think the air raid and Miami is one of the best offenses in this entire game. But before we get into the rosters and the gameplay and everything, I gotta sell out for a second, of course. Once again, I do want to give a giant shout out to everybody in the campus tour crew. That is the memberships we opened here on the channel. $5 a month, emojis, badges, early access to videos like this one. These ones I don't stay too far ahead on, so I don't want to like give the impression you can watch a week in advance. Not on these. Dynasty we do stay pretty far ahead on, not so much on these, but really it's just about supporting the channel and helping us continue to make upgrades to make these videos better, like this brand new camera, this microphone we're trying out, everything like that. I mean, there's a lot more upgrades I would like to do, and the support from you guys makes all that possible, so thank you very much. If you can join that membership, even just likes, comments, subscriptions, all that stuff, it does help a ton, and I would greatly appreciate it. All right, let's get into the depth chart of the Miami Hurricanes. One of the better depth charts in this game, in my opinion. And obviously it starts at quarterback with Cam Ward. Seems like he might be the first quarterback off the board. Him and Shador seem like the top two. I don't know, I'd hate to be a quarterback needy team in this draft, just in my opinion. This seems like one of those years the best quarterbacks are going to be taken in like round 2 or late in round 1 or something. We'll see. But at least in college football 25, Cam Ward is a monster. 93 overall, 86 speed, gold dot, gold step up, gold extender. 3 of the best, for me, abilities you can have on your quarterback in this game. He is incredible. And then what I really love about Miami, and just a general thing I love about using these air raid spread teams, is having a beastly power back that we have here. So we come out in those big spread formations, spread the defense out, then guess what? We can just power run right up the middle on you here with Damian Martinez's armbar, workhorse, head first, downhill. 88 speed on a power back is really good. We love what we see here on Martinez, and actually get some good runs going with him. Now what you'll see here at halfback 2 is hiding way down here, 98 speed Chris Johnson Jr. Now you certainly could put him in at halfback if you really wanted to, but like I said, I like the power backs in the spread formations, and Chris Johnson Jr. is going to be starting, but he is going to be our wide receiver 1 on this team. So here's how we're going to set up the wide receiver room. Chris Johnson we want at wide receiver 1, so he's always going to be on the outside and almost always on streaks. With Platinum takeoff and 98 speed, we got to make sure we're using that to try to stretch the defense a little more vertically. Outside of that, we still have a lot of really good options. Obviously, Restrepo, they boost him up to a 94 overall with 92 speed. The last time I used Miami, I think he was 91 overall, and I know he was only 89 speed. So even just that +3 speed boost makes him so much better. And with Platinum Cutter, we're going against people running a lot of like press man coverage, which we might experience in this game a little bit. He is going to get he's going to cook them. He's going to be so good. So we have Restrepo there. We have Joseph. We have Trader. We have 392 speed receivers. We have another bronze takeoff. So takeoffs I want on the outside. So I'm going to have them at 1 and 2. Then our slots should be Restrepo and Trader if I set this depth chart up right. We do have a 93 speed down here, but he doesn't have any abilities. So I think I would rather take these guys with the abilities, even layout. I'll substitute 1 speed for a silver ability. So that's how we set up our wide receiver room. Tight end, a monster tight end, which is great too, but we don't really use tight ends in the spread or spread offset. I don't believe either of those. A lot of those other spread formations like Y flex, halfback weak, something like that, there's so many different spread formations, it's hard to keep them all straight. You'll actually have your tight end spread out wide instead of a fourth receiver, and Arroyo would be a great one for that. Or if you want to run some different sets that use more tight ends, so you have an 88 speed tight end, you have all 92 or faster speed wide receivers. That's a heck of a passing threat you can set up with the squad here. And yeah, we are only going to be focused on offense, so I'm not even going to show over what we did on the defense. So I think with all that covered, we're ready. Let's just hop into our game. We use Miami against the Kansas Jayhawks. Very sweaty game. Guy definitely knew what he was doing. I kind of wish I did record it live because it was a really fun one. Let's head over there. So our opponent started with the ball here. We did eventually get a stop, but don't break defense. I'm just working on a new defense. I'm not super ready to go over a ton of it yet. But yeah, Miami's offense, we're really sitting essentially just in spread offset, a little bit of trips tight end offset weak I think we go to here too. But yeah, we're living in spread and spread offset. And typically I like to come out in like an inside zone and just test your run defense, especially if you have 4 down linemen and 1 linebacker. We are going to pound this one with Martinez. Look at that blocking. Little cut up inside. Even as a power back, he's got those moves. What a block by Chris Johnson Jr. out there, by the way. Catches that corner, gets us another 10 or 15 yards. And then we saw there he was just in DB blitz, so he's just sending big man blitzes, which we see, I believe, for the majority of the game. So considering that, and what's going to end up being kind of a whole overarching theme throughout this whole video is don't be afraid to throw your checkdowns. You don't need to try to set up bomb touchdowns every single play. You know, you throw some streaks out there, you know, try to catch them off guard going deep, but don't be afraid. Just throw your checkdowns, throw a little zig route here to A. Joseph, if he's in this man blitz still, we know that's going to get open, and he was in man coverage. He called off the blitz there. That slot corner did not come down, but it was still man coverage, still the zig. That's why we love having that speed all over the field. Looks like we're staying in gun spread here. Inside cross, yeah. This is one of my favorite plays. I love inside cross with a post. So typically on this play, he's on like a 10-yard in right here. I love doing this as a post because if he is in man coverage, a lot of times this is just going to be a touchdown to A. It can kill a lot of zone coverages too because this route B is on, this deeper, almost like in streak post combo. I'm not sure the technical term for it, but any deep zones are going to be busy, distracted by B. So we can hit A underneath over the middle here too. But we're guessing he's still might be in man. Let's see. So, okay. So this is a big blitz. It looks like he actually has a zone over here, a zone over here maybe even, unless he cross-man these two, which would actually make sense for something we see later. If he actually just mans up this outside corner to A and this one to B, or this one like in a deep zone. He might be doing that. That'd actually explain a lot of something about something we see later. But let's see, because I think this outside corner actually comes and follows A. Oh no, he comes down in a zone. He's blitzed. So then what does that safety... That safety's just in a deep zone over there. This guy's got a lot of adjustments he's doing. But again, we just take our check down, take our 4 yards. We're doing just fine. This was honestly another reason I wanted to film review this one. I wanted to see what this guy was doing on defense, because it was kind of wild. So now he's coming out in double mug. We came out in inside zone, and I believe we keep this. And why we keep this is because this looks like it's cover 3. Look how far back the safety is back here. Typically, if they're in like a cover 1, he'll be down a little bit closer and in a slightly different position. So we are guessing this is cover 3. Another thing I've kind of noticed from cover 3, I don't know if this is universally true or not, but at least out of double mug, if the slot corner is pressed and these guys are backed up, a lot of times that's cover 3. So we can see here, you know, press, back up, back up, back up, single high safety. I'm going to guess this is cover 3. That means these guys are bailing out at the snap, and we'll still have room to run this. Even if it looks kind of scary, we still have room to run that. Yep, that was perfect. Good job, I love that Martinez. He is so good. So into the second quarter now. 1st and 10 at the 22. We are going to some spread. Oh, we are staying in regular spread, I think. This is really... The difference between these two, there really isn't much of one. Oh, we are going to spread offset. It's just kind of where the halfback is lined up, and I like the plays out of spread offset better, like Y-cross. This is just a great air raid classic play here. So when we come out in something like this, what I'm really looking at is these safeties. See how they're kind of manned up head on over our slot receivers? This one right over Restrepo, this one right over Joseph. That's making me think this is probably a man coverage unless he's in some sort sort of shell, but he hasn't really been in one yet. So I'm going with this being man coverage, but he's also been doing a lot of different adjustments outside of man. So our reads here are going to be Joseph on this out route. I'll get the play art pack up here. This out route's really good against man. It's a little risky, at least with Ward. He's such a good quarterback. He should be able to throw this and be okay. But without a great quarterback, this ball can float a little bit. And even if he has him beat, that slot corner can kind of cut underneath you. So you got to be a little careful there. And then, of course, Restrepo on that cross over the middle is going to be kind of our backup read on this one. Then we also have our check down to Martinez. So let's see. Oh, I actually kind of like what we did there. So I actually streak Martinez, because if this is a man blitz, chances are his user is going to be the one responsible for Martinez. So he either has to follow Martinez or help out on Restrepo. We go to wherever he's not. That's typically why I would do this. Yeah, it looks like... So he did drop quite a few people back, but we can see he would have gotten open, but he's got that flat right there. So our eyes moved to the left. Martinez got a little stuck on the line, which is unfortunate because I bet he was going to get open. He had a flat over here, it looks like. But his user's out of position on Restrepo. This guy's headed off to the right, so we can just fire this one. I mean, we already threw it, so this is going to Restrepo right over the middle. Yeah, nice and easy. Nice and easy. What a beautiful first drive for the Miami Hurricanes. 45 passing, 45 rushing, 90-yard touchdown drive to get us started. Now, I believe he scores. Let's get back to when we get the ball here. It should be a 7-7 game. Yeah, he had a nice long touchdown drive. Did a lot of what we were doing. He was doing a lot of checkdowns and kind of manipulating our user a little bit. I was trying to catch him off guard a little bit. Didn't really work. So the only reason I'm showing this, nothing really happens here before half, but this did show me something that we try to take advantage of in the second half here a little bit. So we're coming out in spread offset. We're going to, of course, we're trying to score here. We got 42 seconds and all 3 timeouts. In college, that's nothing. That's so much time. So he's back in this look, back in the double mug. You know, last time he dropped everybody out into coverage. So we're guessing this is another zone, and we're going for this flood over here to Restrepo on the left, or this kind of short cross Joseph is on. Try to find some soft spots in the zone. Well, what we see, our offensive line gets mauled. Now, why is that important? He's not really blitzing. I think he sent 5 that time, but he's not going for those big all-out blitzes. But his defensive line is still getting a lot of pressure. In my opinion, that means he's probably guessing pass on all of these plays. That's why our runs have been working very well. And that's how his D-line continues to get pressure through these next 2 plays. Our offensive line just gets absolutely shredded. Like this time he rushes 4. Bang. Just don't even have time to try to hit that flood over on the left. And he only rushed 4. I'm taking that to mean he's probably guessing pass. And we're mentally noting that. Obviously right now it doesn't matter because it's the end of the half. And we're just going to chuck something up here. But luckily, unlike the video yesterday, he doesn't run this back for a score. We do make the tackle on this one. But yeah. So I'm taking that and thinking, okay, he's probably been guessing pass all the time. That's why our runs are working well. Let's keep that in mind and keep running the ball here when we get the ball to start the second half. We come right out, spread offset, and I believe we just run right away. Yep, we're going straight to an inside zone here. He's still in double mug. But, okay, now this safety's in a bit of a different spot. But he's still so far back. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. See, I think he might be guessing pass. These guys are going a little slow. That's why that Martinez is looking so fast, too. We know he's only 88 speed, but he's actually been outrunning his guys quite a bit. Because I think he's guessing pass. That's why I don't like guessing pass. I hardly ever guess pass unless it's like 4th and 30. Then maybe. So now we got him out of double mug. He's got that single high safety still way, way, way back here. So unless he's in a shell, this safety, who you can hardly even see, he's blending in with that logo, isn't manned up on anybody. But this guy's doing so many different adjustments, it's hard to say for sure. Yeah, then we just hit that right over the middle. So I don't know on this one. My guess is he has all of his hooks and his flat set to like 5 yards. That's why these guys are staying right here. So that's going to leave this middle wide open. So we've called this inside cross a few times. So he's looking out for that with these. But then we actually kept the in this time on Restrepo. And he gets right over the top of him. That's why I love this play. You're tagging different levels of the field that you just can't guard them all at once. So he's down here to watch, you know, our little mesh underneath. Oh, here's Restrepo 10 yards behind him, right over your head. So now I'm trying a read option here. I don't know why I decided this was the time to try it, but I figured why not? If he's, because I think my thought process was we've been running a lot on 1st and 10. We've been doing a lot of inside zones. So I'm hoping he's going to commit to the run, and we'll actually be able to keep this with Ward and get out, because we have pretty good speed with Cam Ward. But I did make sure to set our ball carrier to conservative before we did this too, but yeah, we're just hoping he overcommits. He doesn't. That guy drops into his zone. We just end up having to keep it, give it to Martinez there. But I still have confidence in this run game. We're just coming back out inside zone and hoping he's going to pass commit again. See if we get those blocks. And we do, but his 52, his D tackle kind of loops around there. I think that was just kind of unlucky for us, really. If that didn't happen, we had another really good chunk of yards here. So what do we come out in? Y cross. Yeah, this is just a great play. You say this is the same thing as last time. If he's in man, we're going to have Restrepo, especially with Platinum Cutter. And what I actually think I do, I think that's what I'm doing right now, is put Restrepo on a zig. Then we have this cross kind of coming over the top, the streak over here, and maybe something else with our halfback. Okay, so I should have probably done a zig on Restrepo. I kind of wish I did. Then the only other thing we did is we put a flat out over here, because we have the crosser. We have this B, who we can't see right now, is kind of going up on a curl route. And if he's got nobody down in the flats, we're just going to throw this to our halfback. And he had nobody down in the flats, so we'll just take it to Martinez. Martinez just carrying the squad here on this drive. Coming back and spread offset here. What are we going with on this one? Smash corners. I don't hate this. He has been in a lot of cover 3, so we're going for a flood over here on the left again, kind of like what we were trying right before half, which we did have, we just didn't have the time to throw it. But now with a Texas route on Fletcher. Okay. I mean, I don't hate this. I would almost like a streak on Fletcher a little bit better, because his drag is going to take some zones out of this area. And then that would open up a streak here to Fletcher right in here. But I don't hate a Texas route either, especially because we've seen him be in man a lot. We had... I think we had the flood over on the left. I think we had Restrepo. Yeah, we 100% had Restrepo. We could have gotten that over that guy's head easy. But, again, we're not afraid to take our little chunks of yardage here. If we got somebody wide open coming out of the backfield, let's just throw it. Let's just take it. Let's get our 7 yards. Keep the ball moving. And I know eventually, I don't remember at what point in the game, but if... I mean, we kind of saw it on that inside cross where he really starts committing to those underneath passes, where we saw he had those flats set on 5 yards, or his hook set on 5 yards. He starts kind of using some of those flats, so we have to eventually mix some things up here. But so far, we've been able to just take underneath and run the ball. And we're going to run it again. Yep, just Martinez again. Ooh, 3rd and inches. I thought we might have gotten that one. Martinez, I really like this guy. We're going back to inside cross. So see, he was using this safety right here. This is something, if I remember right, we see more as the game goes on. He's using the safety and crashing him down to try to take away anything like we hit that in last time with Restrepo. He's trying to take this guy and take it away. So when I see that, what I should be doing is this post we put on this guy should be open over the deep middle if he's taking this guy down and out of the play. That's going to leave a one-on-one here. I want to see if that's what happens here. So... Yep, that's exactly what happens. So he's taking this guy, coming down and trying to take that away. He's opening up the deep middle of the field. I don't know if I see it or not. I honestly don't remember. Good ball, Cam. Under pressure. Martinez was stuck on the line forever, but we did have A for a touchdown. But yeah, Martinez just gets really stuck right here. He's trying to take away this drag to Y. We could have had this curl route if I was looking over there. We definitely had the touchdown to A. I was just pretty locked in, I guess, on going to Martinez this entire drive because there he is again. Just run. We set up the run to run behind Chris Johnson. So see how I stayed inside here because where Johnson is blocking. So we just kind of run right up to his back and then cut that out left. Get to the pylon. Touchdown, Miami. And I think... No, he definitely scores again. So it'll be 14-14. And then we have one last shot to try to win this game in regulation. Actually, I will show you guys this touchdown he throws because we're in that cover 3 buzz defense I like so much. But he was doing a lot of what we did. So I set my hooks to 5 here too. This safety is going to come down on a hook right here. And what I screw up with the user is I have to know this safety's coming down. I have to take this seam. I don't. And that's an easy touchdown. But that's just all part of adjusting. Is more than just like setting your hooks to 5. It's also changes your user responsibility then, because if he was just on a regular hook curl, he'd be watching this Devin Neal streak right here. But since he's set to 5, he is going to come down and just park right here, opens up way over the top of him, because in this specific defense, this is our middle third. He's not going to get over there. There's no chance he's going to get over there. I actually have to go and follow this. So this was a mistake on my part that gives up this touchdown. See that third, just no chance. I say no chance, that did come pretty close, but I have to carry that at least far enough so that our third can get back over the middle of the field there. But all right, so that ties the game up. We got 2 minutes and 54 seconds left. Let's see if we can get some more points on the board. And remember, this is part of our class champion, so this is to end 6-4 or 7-3 in our first ever season here. Coming back out in spread offset, he is back in double mug, and I know at some point, it might be now, he starts just going to mid blitz, and then audibling, you know, doing defensive adjustments on his corners and everything here. And it might be right now he starts doing that. I like our adjustment there. Finally put a little zig on Restrepo. And the main thing we're watching, we just don't want this guy to come out into a flat over here. Because if this guy's going this way in a flat, we can hit Restrepo early. If he's man-to-man on him, we can hit Restrepo late. So we're just watching these two guys right here. Where do they go? Okay, so he's rushing. He's going out to the flat. We can hit Restrepo on this early. Just like that. Perfect. Perfect. Now we're coming out in 0-1 trap. So this guard is going to be pulling. I don't like this against double mug. Against a lighter defense, I like this a lot better. But with him pulling, it's going to kind of open a gap for somebody to come shoot it from this way. So I don't like this call. Yeah, see that tackle comes in there. I don't like having a pulling guard in that instance. Now we see he is in mid blitz, and I think he stays in it the rest of this game here. But guess what? Back to inside cross. This would kill mid blitz a majority of the time. Again, we see he's pulling this safety down. That should be my cue to look for A. Like, I could block our halfback and try to hit A deep over the middle on this one. Oh, we go with a slant to Johnson Jr.? What am I thinking here? Okay, well, we do block our halfback, and it is mid-blitz, and we do have A, it looks like, or X, depending on where his user goes. We definitely had A, we definitely had X. That's right. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. That's our first incompletion of the day. Okay, let's see, when's a good time to pause this? So he's switched to, oh, he's down here, okay. I mean, we definitely had Chris Johnson Jr. on this, going this way. We had either one, because it was just the big man blitz, slants, posts, all gonna be good if you have time. Good ball by Cam Ward with 4 defenders coming down on him. Hits him dead in the hands. And even like ran for 2 steps and then just dropped it. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what happened there. Okay, so now we are going the smash bullseye, I think it's called. I love this little corner route Joseph's on, Restrepo underneath, that deep in Chris Johnson Jr.'s on. But now I'm under the impression he's probably sending 6 more often than not, is kind of what he's been doing here lately. We see him move this guy, so he's probably usering him. Oh no, he just got him out of the way. And now we kind of got lucky on that one. This guy so far back, I wasn't even concerned about him, but he actually crashes down and somehow gets to Restrepo. And we did have A. Gosh dang it, we had A wide open. He was usering over there. I just didn't even see it. My eyes were just totally left. I was just throwing that to Restrepo. Man, that's the worst part of doing these film reviews. Like, we had that wide open. Like, so many wide open touchdowns. Now going back to inside cross. I feel like I've said that a lot. And I think we actually keep Restrepo on this in. It's right at the first down marker, which we like. I'm pretty sure that's what we do. And then, yeah, we streak Joseph here, which I actually really like, because if you can get by this guy, we saw on the last play, this guy crashed way down. So as long as Joseph can beat this guy in that streak, we could have that for a touchdown. Oh, nope, I changed my mind. Put him back on a drag. I wish I kept him on a streak. So he went out to the flat. If he was on a streak, that was wide open. The streak was wide open from the seam on this. I don't know why I changed that back. That was a good idea. I like the thought process here, especially on a 4th and 13. What are these gonna do? I guess we're just hoping. I know what we're hoping for. I know what happens. Pretty much that same inside cross that we did earlier. Keep these hooks down with the mesh underneath. Hit Restrepo over the middle, and it works perfectly. Good catch, Restrepo. I've been playing on just placement recently, and I swear, I need to go back to placement and accuracy, I think. Like, there's no reason for Restrepo had to die for that. There's just no reason for it. So 2-minute warning now. Our ball at the 47-yard line. We're going back with a zig over here. Same kind of thing. We're seeing where this guy goes. He went outside. We can throw this to Restrepo right away. Then we see his outside corner. So this is kind of, I remember this because I was kind of curious what happened. I think he either manned this slot corner up to our outside receiver, which our 98 speed Chris Johnson Jr. That must be what he did, because he just turns and goes straight for him. Yeah. So he actually cross-manned over there on the left and took his user down there to make a tackle on Restrepo, which is a good play by him. But we did see that, and now he's coming out and pressing. And we're going for Chris Johnson Jr. on this. We're hoping he's doing the same thing. And if he's not, we could still have Restrepo on this corner route. I wish I should be doing this to the wide side of the field. Just give us a little more room to operate here, but I like this idea. See, he did it again. So he was manned up by the slot receiver, or the slot corner. So I'm chucking this to Chris Johnson Jr. 98 speed, we gotta trust he can get there. Underthrown. See, we got away with that one, but that I still feel like that should have been a touchdown. If we loft this and throw it far enough, Chris Johnson Jr. is gonna beat his guy. This is why I'm not a big fan of just the placement. I'm not. I think I'm gonna have to change that back. So now, keeping that in mind, what he has been doing, is he gonna keep doing it? I'm not sure. If he does, though, we are setting up this play, where we're going to have that zig on Restrepo to hopefully drag his user down and out of the way if he is still over here. Now, instead of a streak on Johnson Jr., I'm going to put a post on Johnson Jr. There's something to help him beat man coverage a little bit better than what we saw in the last play. So, big post on Johnson Jr. Again, eyes are left on this one. Looking Johnson Jr. or Restrepo. And we will see. So he's using here. So he's trying to take away this zig to Restrepo. We could probably still throw this. But what we also see, so he definitely could still throw that, but he's probably going to make that tackle. We see this safety has totally bailed out of the way. That deep safety at the start of the play is totally crashing down. I think he might have had him manned up on Restrepo. He definitely did. So he was manned up on Restrepo. So then looking to the right, we had that out and the in over here. The out would be open, but he's got this guy actually in a flat. So now our eyes go back deep over the middle. Chris Johnson Jr. He was not manned up by this guy. He had him in like a deep quarter or an outside third, something like that. That's another reason we put him on the post. I know a lot of people like to do that adjustment out of mid blitz. Instead of manning somebody up and pressing, you put them on like a deep quarter and have them pressed. Then you typically takeoff won't work as well against something like that. But on a post, there's no other deep zones there. Chris Johnson Jr. in for the touchdown. What ends up being the game-winning touchdown for Miami. I'm trying to remember what happens here. I think we actually get a little bit lucky again on defense. We can look at defense here a little bit. Yeah, he's been coming out and empty a ton and just throwing underneath, and it's been killing us. I'm trying a lot of different things on defense, like zone drops and a lot of different things. We've come close to making plays, just haven't quite. So I actually got really aggressive with that one. He had that deep crosser going to the left. I tried to switch stick back there, just wasn't quite able to. But yeah, well, he actually manned up a few people on this one. So we're in cover 6, adjusted to a cover 3. We man this up right here, and I think we man this up. So we don't have a purple over here, and we don't have a mid zone over here. Manned up, third, soft squat. And then the safety up here we can't see. This guy right here, also a third. So he definitely had that deep crosser. But he also got Jalen Daniels, not Jaden Daniels. And still gets a good gain on us just by taking off. So now I'm actually coming out and overload 3 seam. Try to get some pressure on him. Try to contain him a little bit better. We'll get on Williams this hook. Then this Y is going to be in a hook. But it's still a base, cover 3. So we just got to watch the middle. It does get past his receiver. We get the pick. That is game over. But I should have gotten a user pick here. I'm crashing over to guard that. And then I stop. So I should have picked that off anyway. Hey, we'll take it. We'll take it. So the Miami Hurricanes, their air raid spread offset offense. One of my favorites, one of my favorite rosters, one of my favorite playbooks. I wanted to make sure we took some time to highlight Miami here before we move on to Tier 3. So I do hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you next time for the start of our Tier 3 journey. Until then, take it easy.